Yeah, today we'll discuss the semaphore. Semaphore in Java, right? So semaphore is the predefined class, and that's contained in the Java utility concurrent package. So what is the semaphore actually? Semaphore that is used in the multi-threading environments when a resource access to multiple threads, right? Concurrently they are accessing multiple threads, so it is very important in the interview. So try to understand the theoretical parts first, then we will go for the programming part. So what is the semaphore? Semaphore is a predefined class or mechanism that control the access of a shared resource. What is the shared resource? Shared resource means multiple threads accessing a resource, right? That is called shared resource. So how semaphore controlling this thread to access this, controlling this the controlling this resource? So there is a one counter is there. So there is based on this counter, it will allow this, allow one threads and deny one threads also. So what are the counter? So if the counter is greater than 0, then it access is allowed for the threads. So if the counter is equal to 0, or it will be minus, like negative thing, then it will deny this resource, deny this thread. To access this resource, a thread must be granted a permit from the semaphore, right? Semaphore is the class mechanism, predefined mechanism you can say, or it is a class, predefined class. So before allowing a thread to access a resource, right? So this thread must be granted a permit from the semaphore. So what is how it is semaphore is working? So if it is if the semaphore counter is greater than 0, right, then the thread acquire a permit, and which causes semaphore counter to be decrement. Suppose uh, suppose uh, suppose one thread access the resource, right? So the counter that will be decrement, it is allow a threads. Suppose if it is release a threads, then counter will be decrement, is counter will be increment. So like that. So otherwise suppose the thread will be blocked until a permit can be acquired, right? If it is not allowing this thread, not allowing the thread to access a resource, then it will be blocked until a permit can be acquired. So when the threads no longer access to this AR resource, then it will release the permit, and this cause semaphore counter will be increased. If it is release the resource, then the semaphore counter will be increased. So if it is allow a threads, then semaphore counter will be decremented, right? So if the another thread waiting for the permit, then that thread will be acquired permit at the same time. So let's go to this flowchart, how it is working. So this is the semaphore. First, when you write the program, then we have to set the semaphore counter. What are the counter? What are the threads it should be allowed, right? So this try the resource acquire permit. So it is allow. So here the counter is greater than 0. If the counter is greater than 0, then it will be yes. If the counter is equal to 0 or not is equal to 0, then sorry, is less than 0, then it will be no, and then again it will be go to this fast setting of the counter. Less than 0, if it is counter is greater than 0, then semaphore provide access to the CR resource to the thread. Then semaphore provide access to CR resource to the threads. So for that thread, semaphore what will do, it will provide access to this CR resource, and then the thread will release the permit. Then release the permit, then the counter will be increment. So this is the overall theoretical part of semaphore. So what is the semaphore, when it is using the semaphore, and what is the actual real-time working of the semaphore? In the next video I will do one program of what is the semaphore, how the counter is uh, counter is used in the semaphore. So basically this is the theoretical parts. Main is the semaphore is the predefined class, and there are two constructor is there. You can see in the next video. There are two constructor is there. So we can initially we have to set this counter. This is the flowchart, right? Initially you have to see the counter, how many thread will be, it will try to access the resource. Then this counter you have to initialize, and then number of thread will be initialized, number of thread will be access the resource. So when thing is semaphore is that, so how it will control the access of a resource. This is the main points in the semaphore, and this is the main point of the semaphore, how it is using. So based on that, so suppose one thread is block state. So how it is blocking stage when it is come to blocking stage, because it is not getting any permit. So if it is not getting, a thread is not getting any permit, then it will be in the block state. If it is getting the permit, then this counter will be decrement, it will be decrement if it is getting the permit. So after it is completed the thread, then it will release the permit, and increment the counter, so that other thread will get the permit, and again also this decrement the counter. So like that it will be like this. Suppose 2 3 4 initially we set up 4 threads, so it will be decrement, fourth thread will access the resource, and it will decrement, and if the counter is 0. So when the counter is 0 and this one thread is coming, and then it will check the counter. If the counter is 0, then it will deny the permit, so main thing is the semaphore is that it will use in the multi-thread environments to access the CR resource. This is the main point. So if anybody asking in the interview what is the use of semaphore, then you can say that this is mainly used for controlling the CR resource for multi-thread environments using a simple counter. This is the main points. So thanks. The next video will discuss a program, how semaphore will work. We can use the concurrent package and the semaphore predefined class. So how it will work, then we can see this, how it will release the threads, releasing the thread, and increment the counter, and how it is granted the permit, and decrement this counter variables. Then you can see like in the next video. Thanks.